Hello and welcome to the back nine of round one of the Dynamic Disc Open. We're out here at Country Club on a beautiful, calm, and sunny day. The front nine is where you get birdies. The back nine is where it gets crazy.
Yep.
So
get your pars.
Yeah, pars are good. Just not bogeying is good. A lot of out of bounds on the back nine. A lot of water problems. But no change in wind, no change in conditions. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Macie Velediaz.
Yeah, we got a new friend in the booth. And we get to watch her play as well today. She's on the car with Ananda, Valerie Mandujano on her comeback tour, and Kristin Tattar. Everyone's under par right now, and that's what you should be on the front nine.
Yeah, you'll definitely help coming into the back nine.
Yeah, but look at all these ladies lighting it up. To be in the top 20, you got to be at least 2 under par right now.
Yep.
That's unreal. But all of that will change in the back nine. I'm not trying to be negative. It's just how it is.
Yeah, I mean, it really is how it is. Hole 10, par 4, 585 feet. You got to hit the gap off the tee, and then you really kind of want to land left. There is OB left, but it doesn't really come into play, I don't think, until your second shot. And then the OB surrounds the basket all the way down to the right.
Yeah, this was a different hole 10 last year. It was a short little straight / kind of a late turn shot. Wasn't the greatest hole ever. Kind of difficult to get to, a little poke and hopey. A nice wood shot, though, on a golf course, but I really like this change. I think they did a great job here. They kind of comboed old hole 10 and 11 into one hole, and I think it plays a lot more competitive, and it's definitely a lot more fun to play.
Yeah, and it's really cool if you get the birdie here, because you have to throw 2 really good shots.
Yep. So that V tree that Sai just hit, that's a good tree to just blast past if you can, ideally. Finishing to the left is a little better, but the further left you are, the harder it is to get up and down, because
that tree comes into play in the OB.
Yeah, we run into another one of those like uphill, low ceiling type of shots. So you have to push far to open that gap up.
Looks like I'm playing a different hole here, trying to
the old hole.
The old hole. Yep.
It's
I didn't know there was a change.
You just showed up.
Yeah, just showed up on this hole.
And throw.
Yep.
I'll tell you one thing: don't go early left. Looks like everyone on this card knows that.
A nice little roll, too. Mm-hmm. Oh.
And even with that roll super left, the OB doesn't even come close to being in play.
And this is an enforcer. I just want to throw a most stable disc in my bag.
And Macie, you can just tell that you miss the woods. You're a Tennessee guy. You want to go out. You want to play some woods golf.
I want to just feel some trees. Feel some leaves on my skin.
Kristin feels the same way. She really wants to feel the trees here. Unfortunately,
touches that tree.
Yeah, and that's a fine spot to land, though. It's a pretty straightforward up and down from there. About, 150. A tree blocking the hyzer, so you have to throw a little sidearm or a straight shot. Sai forcing a patent pending here.
That low ceiling, just she really couldn't get the height to get up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just probably playing for par at the moment, not trying anything too crazy.
But let's see if Valerie can go for the birdie here.
Yep. She's plenty far enough.
Good line, good height. Skip.
Really nice angle. Unfortunately, she's going to be toying with that one guardian tree.
Yeah. That big guardian tree. That thing is huge if you're behind it.
It is massive. Kristin throwing that forehand approach.
Skip.
She'll be right on the edge of circle 1.
And she had to go standstill there because all those roots and stuff.
Yeah, it's a little rough over there. Rough and stuff. Macie with another perfect sidearm.
That was a justice.
Got those layups down pat.
Not only on the upshots.
Sai finding another bullseye with a nice turnover backhand.
We got a putt for birdie here from Val. Good line, just a tad low.
Yep. This played is the 6th most difficult hole of the day. Only 4 birdies? That's surprising to me.
It's really about the drive. You have to get down there where you're not like having that gap and having those trees come into play on your second shot.
Yeah. There's only 4 people that got to circle 1 in regulation and only twice that got to circle 2 in regulation. So, I think we're going to see some more birdies on that in the next few days. There was 38% of the field with a bogey or worse too. I think that's about right. It can be a tough hole. It can play tough.
Yeah, if you don't hit the gap, this was definitely a tough hole. especially after being in the open for a long time. Then you have to hit a gap.
Yeah.
Back-to-back gaps, actually, hole 9 and 10.
Yep. Challenging gaps.
She is such clean form.
Oh, yeah. It's so fun to watch. Cy, 2 strokes ahead of everyone else on the card, but Holly Finley, 2 strokes out ahead of that through hole 10. Hole 11, an uphill 316 feet. This is a new hole. First time we've ever seen it on tour. Pretty straightforward, but plays a little longer than that 316 feet listed. There is out of bounds on the right-hand side if you flip something over, but not a problem you're going to see many players have. We didn't have any wind here at all. You just want to throw, I would say, almost a max distance shot to try to get up to the green. Common errors are what we just saw from Cy, catching those early trees and landing right around the edge of circle 2.
And it plays farther than 316. I practiced it, and I was not getting close in practice rounds at all.
You know when you like have the cleanest, best release ever and you feel like, wow, I just smoked that disc? I was at like 50 feet. So it's that type of hole.
Yeah, it's a really hard hole to get to.
Mm-hmm. Kristin getting up to circle 1, though. Get some good ground play. Macie, wow, getting up to circle 1 as well?
Yeah, that was the first.
Heck yeah, dude. That was low, too.
That was a disc change, actually. I was practicing a like more flippy disc, but I wasn't getting left enough.
Yep.
So I just tried something more stable, hitting it hard and flat.
Love that. Got some good ground play. It's a pretty sharp angle, and you can't see the basket from the tee pad, so you just are kind of blindly throwing as sharp of an uphill hyzer as you can.
Cy with a patent pending. She just used so much wrist there.
Yeah, and I mean, look, perfect distance control.
Barely just outside the circle.
Love her new logo.
Oh! Nice.
Yes. Slow-mo from everyone.
Come on.
That little own wobble.
Nice.
Dead center. Heck yeah, Valerie. Getting some more birdies on the scorecard.
It's so nice to see her just back out and throwing and
Did
putting.
you see Mason with the slow motion fist bump in the background? Yes. Nice.
Hey. This is one of those holes
putter.
where I just didn't think I was going to get it before the round started, if you asked me.
Yep.
Yeah, and then
Boom.
sometimes
Converted.
things happen.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes a squirrel finds a nut, you know?
Even a blind squirrel. I like your version better. Cy settling for the par. And Kristin, unfortunately, going to have to settle for the par as well after a really nice tee shot. All in all, I like the changes on 10 and 11. I think they're nice for flow. They're nice for scoring. And we have one more new hole in hole 12. And I really do enjoy it. Makes Country Club more fun to play.
It does. And I feel like you said, the flow is really nice, and it gives you some more birdie opportunities on the back, which the back is a really hard back nine. And hole 12 is a par 3, 353 feet. There is OB left, OB right, and there's a couple gaps you can take off the tee. You can go backhand down the right side, and then you can maybe slide a little forehand on the left side.
Oh, that's what you're doing,
Yeah,
huh?
a little flexy.
I was kind of wondering if people were going to throw that shot. The drone flew that route in the whole preview, but most people are taking that backhand on the right side. The forehand is way more open, though, if you have it. What? You have that much distance on your sidearm?
I just throw it.
I swear. Okay, it says 350 feet, but I swear it's a little bit uphill or something.
It's a little farther than it plays.
Yeah.
I thought right there that shot was going to be inside the circle, and I got up to, and it's just outside the circle.
Yeah.
It just plays a little farther than it looks.
I agree. I feel like it's like closer to 375, maybe.
Yeah.
Like Valerie just threw a great shot. It's low. She has to throw it low, though, because there's little kind of invisible sticky branches on that right side gap. Not just this tree. Oh, there's Cy. Just found them.
Well, that backhand's so scary, too, because if you turn it at all, you're out of bounds.
Mm-hmm. And kind of far away, and it's another elevated basket, which we love.
Kristin also taking that backhand route.
Nice and low.
And
good ground play.
Sit. Yep. She'll have a putt from there.
It always is impressive to watch both your sidearm and Kristin's backhand how much ground play it gets. Like, it lands with so much skips or so much spin still.
Especially in this grass, this tall grass.
Mm-hmm. Sai with a little mini run up.
I was surprised to see her run up there.
Me too.
Because I feel like it's a little downhill, so she could probably just go standstill putter there.
Yeah,
but
she
great
cooked it.
tree.
Valerie with a look.
Give it to her. Oh, such a great run. Kristin from just, well, quite a bit outside the circle here.
Hey!
Nice.
Yes, her second slow mez of the round.
She just gets so much power.
She just needed the basket to be elevated
Yep.
and in circle 2 to get the birdie.
Yep.
She's always just going for the highlights. She's done getting regular birdies.
She's just, I'm just going to put on a show today.
God, that was sweet.
I'm just outside here.
Oh, man.
Did a little foot stomp there.
Oh, I hate
That
the band.
hurt. I know. Especially when it's elevated. You really want to make sure you give it the height, and then you hit band somehow.
Oh, Sai with the same problem. So the new hole 11, 33% of the field got a birdie. This new hole 12, only 17% of the field got a birdie.
Okay.
Looks like only 8 competitors getting to circle 1. And I'm surprised it was that many, honestly.
Yeah, it's a really tough hole to get to.
Mm-hmm.
I like it how they just reversed it from last year.
Yep.
We're playing it backwards.
Way better than the par 3 they had. Hole 12.
Oh.
Everyone tied
I did not know that.
on the feature card. And Holly is just stacking another one, 7 through 12.
Trilogy Challenge is back, y'all. You get 3 discs,
The Retro Orbit Pure.
Tournament Ice Orbit Warship,
Fusion, Ice, Orbit, Vandal. Are you ready to hit the course with these 3 discs?
And go check out trilogychallenge.com.
Ugh. Hole 13.
Hole 13.
Everyone's favorite hole. 400 feet, plays longer than that, slightly uphill. There's a new route you can go. The drone route is the route that we went last year because the out of bounds line was so pushed off the tee. There's a route you can go to the right over those discgolf.law signs. It's 320 to cross, but most competitors are taking this left-hand side and just trying to get up near that bush as far as distance goes, but not underneath the bush.
Yeah. I feel like this is one of those holes, too, where if you get a 3, it feels like a birdie.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that,
I feel like the par 3 that is labeled was a mistake.
yeah. I mean, more than half of the field took a bogey here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 77% of the field with a bogey or worse. So you can see a flawed par for sure. But I think everyone in FPO has kind of banded together and agreed that a 4 is good here.
I don't know if anyone went over the OB today.
I watched Maria today.
Okay. Did she get
and she
over?
made it by a
Nice.
foot. A
Nice.
single foot.
And that takes a lot of power because you can't flex it through that gap. You have to throw it flat and hard.
Yep. And there's not a lot of room to work, so you can't
No.
work the full flight.
And this is also where if you land in a good spot, the upshot is so hard to get into the green.
Yeah, it's super low ceiling with thick grass underneath it, so you can't play the skip and you can't play the air shot. So
Yep. This is really I don't want to say poke and hope,
no,
but
it's a poke and hope. It's
that's what I
definitely.
did. I poked and I hoped.
And look at it.
Yeah, I just threw. I just like,
Hey, dude, Macie, that's great.
Thank
Nice
you.
little flex through there. Yeah, the landing zone is pretty brutal. This is pretty normal where Valerie is.
a nice skip.
Yeah, really nice approach. There's some low-hanging branches, too, off the tee that kind of drop you down, maybe where Sai is right now.
Side's going over. Or around or through.
I mean, you might as well try it.
yeah.
There's just not a lot to work with. So you just kind of like lob
I was talking
one.
to her. She's like, I can't go underneath. This
Yeah.
grass is so high.
Oh my gosh,
Hey.
yes. Okay, that's officially a slow mez from everyone on the card. I love that. That is rare.
Nice.
There you go, Valerie.
She is back.
Yes, she is. And you can see why that feels like a birdie. Those were two
Yeah.
really technical, very tight OB shots.
And that's a long putt. And then we have another long putt coming up.
Oh,
Kansas.
come on. The fact that everyone has a look for a par on this hole is crazy.
And then you're so stoked when you par. Like,
Kristin, just a little low again. Kind of a common problem today.
yeah.
Unless it's from circle 2, then it's
And then they're in
dead center.
automatically.
Yes, Macie. Par is so good on this hole.
Yeah, I was really nervous on that putt right there. I did not want to mess it up. Everybody made really big putts, and I was like, I'm about to get big putted here.
About 60% of the field taking a 4 on this hole. So, yeah, I think that's fair. We're just going to call it a par 4
Yep.
in our hearts.
We're changing it right now.
Kristin falling one stick behind everyone else on the feature card. Ella Hansen now in the lead. Holly dropping back a little.
This is hole 14, par 5. It is basically 900 feet. And really, you got to hit a gap off the tee. You can go left or right side, but there's OB all the way down to the left. And then when you get close to the basket, there's a green on the left side. And then there's OB all the way down to the right as well, and a fence. So you really just want to throw something through this gap, and then in your next shot, you want to throw something far down there.
I like the forehand play here. Paige Shue on my card today did a backhand turnover out there, and I like that too. I had been going up the right side, and it's open over there, but it definitely brings some stuff into play. It's a little bit more risky.
Yeah.
I like that left side gap, I think.
And you can get a really good skip off the green or the grass over there.
Valerie following suit with a backhand. Plenty of room to work.
Great shot. Sai's going to take this right side.
I like it over there, but you just can't finish too far left. You have to push that out of bounds line on the right-hand side, or there's no point in going that way.
And I feel like the branches kind of hang lower there, too, so it causes you to throw low. She kind of threw a little too low there, but she still got out and still got pretty good distance. Kristin going forehand, too.
Yeah, nice shot.
Buddies.
Aw. I was going to say she smoked that, but...
Oh, I can't say I smoked it. Oh.
Sai on the right side of the fairway. You can see people's yards on the right.
It's like we're playing two different holes here.
It really is. And she's going through people's yards.
Skip.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
I can't believe that grass skipped like that. It didn't today for someone else here. Kristin following her first sidearm up with another huge sidearm.
Yeah.
And that's a great place to land. This third shot to the green is going to be a little blind. You might be able to see the flag. Macie will know because she's going to throw that far too.
So funny story on this shot, actually. I threw and my ponytail got into my nose ring and ripped my nose ring out. And gosh. I'm like crying and Kristin's like, what happened? My nose ring was hanging and I had to put it back in. And it hurt so bad. And people probably thought I was crying because I thought it was a bad shot, but oh my gosh. That's never happened before. So
Macie, why are you crying? That was pretty terrible.
Yeah, dramatic.
Oh my gosh, that sounds that made my eyes water, and I don't have a nose ring, so.
Anyways,
can you see the basket a little bit here?
Yeah, I could see it a little bit.
You could see anything? Your eyes weren't too watery?
No, I cried enough after that.
Nice recovery. You're on circle 1 for birdie.
Kristin going backhand here. She told me she just didn't know the distance, and then I walk up and she's parked. And I was like, oh, you know that.
Classic.
You got it dialed.
Valerie CTP. Throwing over the hill. This shot
perfect.
Isn't high risk or anything, but it's still for some reason a little scary.
Yeah, it's because you don't want to go into that green, and I feel like it doesn't really come into play that much, but you start thinking about it as you're throwing.
And you don't want to accidentally blast one past, not for no reason at all. There's no OB really that's within reach.
But you want to have a putt.
Yeah, you want to have a putt. You want it to lay down.
Yep.
And everyone does that on our feature card. Gets inside the circle.
Oh, that's my best looking one. I felt good about that.
Yeah,
one.
that was a pure line. And super committed. Still just a really nice layup for par.
Par is good.
Sai with a good
Sai
save.
agrees.
Mm-hmm.
And Valerie for birdie.
Oh,
my
man.
gosh, that hurt me so bad in the moment. I gasped so loud. That was such a clean putt.
It was.
To have that happen to her when it's her first round back.
Welcome back
Yep.
to the sport we love.
Oh.
Only 6 birdies on that hole. That's so surprising to me. We'll see more in the next days as everyone kind of figures out the line, commits to it, especially if we keep having this nice calm weather.
Yeah.
It's really so bizarre to play in Kansas without raging wind.
And I will take it.
Yeah, hole 15, a new hole. Again, just light change. We had a shorter tee pad last year. Now we play at the same tee pad as the MPO with a shorter basket. You can see their basket in the distance, a little closer to the OB line deep, but ours is tucked along that OB line left. There's out of bounds right as well to the right of that big main tree and all the little tree cluster. If you do not stick it on the island, you have to go to a drop zone by that little neon green sign short where the sidewalk forks.
This one is also a change from last year, too. We had a shorter tee pad last year, but we put the long basket, so now it's long basket.
A similar distance,
Yeah.
right? And I feel like not as hard.
I think it makes, like, if you go out of bounds from the drop zone, a lot easier this year than last year.
Yes, the drop zone was brutal last year.
After a grace.
Smashed it.
We had a right to left wind. And as you can see, yeah, I just pushed Valerie's out. She got on that hyzer angle and it just kept pushing it out of bounds.
Yeah, she threw an ESP scorch, so definitely some stability on that disc. Side keeping it nice and low, not going to toy around with the left side.
Good skip.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Did you see her pizza birdie bag?
No.
Yeah, the pizza. Valerie's coming a little short.
Yeah, that's the worst from the drop zone. You're like,
Yeah.
want to just be so
You just want to
close.
get done with this hole after that. Yep.
Just let me have my bogey and leave. I don't want to work for it.
Oh, good run.
Yeah, a lot of height on that putt. But thankfully the flagpole knocks it down. Valerie going to be low and have to settle for a double on 15. Oh, I hate that. Birdie, baby.
Woo-woo. Decide not to lay this one up.
Nice. I think that's a good choice.
Thanks. I'll remember that for next time.
But look how clean your back nine is so far. That is something to be proud of here. A lot of the field, if you look at the scorecards, there's so many bogeys happening back here.
Same with Val up until this point. She had really clean back nine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is not the one that you really are going to draw up in your game plan.
You're
That's
mostly
getting
like
you.
on this tee pad, you're thinking about the next hole.
Yep. Especially when you have excellent mental game.
Yeah, I try not to, but sometimes they just creep on up. I'm thinking about hole 16 right now for tomorrow.
Seriously. Hole 16's on everyone's mind at all times.
And speaking of the hole,
Yeah, you can see why.
it's a par 3. It's 320 feet, but it just plays a lot farther than that for some reason. I don't know if it's because of the water or what, but it's just island hole.
And it's a small island.
Yep.
There's a little backboard. That's very friendly and nice of them, but
Yes.
it's just about getting it to stick. And you don't want to throw your favorite disc that's nice and beat in and goes dead straight, because if you lose it, you're like, no. So
Yep.
most people are pulling out like water discs or maybe discs that they're not as comfortable with and trying to land it.
I went and bought 3 new discs that I've
Me
never thrown before.
I pulled out some backups. I'm like, what do these
Yep.
guys do?
Exactly.
Kristin, a little
Kristin.
short. Oh, man. And
That was so close. We could see it like right
On
here.
the
It's
edge.
on the edge.
And the bummer here is you have to go straight to the drop zone, and it's a 90-foot putt. Are you laying up?
Yeah, I decided to because I was shooting a decent round and I had a clean back nine. And I was like, I didn't want to ruin it on this hole.
Yeah.
So I decided to lay it. But what I didn't know is that I was more nervous throwing my upshot
Yep.
from that layup
That's-
than teeing off right here. So
Yeah, I don't love that play. I don't love it.
yeah, it's really
Side
risky.
doing it too.
Yep. And laying up, skipping out of bounds. That's the worst feeling. You're like, I
Ever.
should just went for it.
Yeah. She's probably pin high too, almost.
Yep. Valerie as well.
That's so weird.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not, I don't want to say weird. I don't mean that in a negative way. I'm just
Yeah.
surprised because everyone can reach this hole.
Yeah.
But,
And we had a good wind today. I think we had a little tailwind today
Yep.
too.
Yep. It was
Yeah.
a-
My thought process was just, I'm playing fine. Let's try to get a 3 here and move on.
Oh, this is a scary shot.
I know with that branch right there, it comes into play.
Get up. Nice.
I mean, I was shaking as I was throwing that. I was so nervous because you don't want to go out of bounds after you lay up.
That's a way to stack up strokes quickly.
And then she's going backhand here.
Smoothie. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, 63% of the field taking a bogey or worse here. Probably people trying to go for the island and getting that instant 4. Kristin,
And then you had this like drop zone, which it doesn't seem that far, but
it's 90 feet.
Yeah.
And if you hyzer early, you're in the water.
and I can't jump putt that far. I mean, that's a long jump putt.
Yes. And you're also jump putting towards the water. You see
Like she
Kristin-
almost fell in. Side from the drop zone as well. A little throw. Give it to her.
No.
She's shocked. Aw.
No, that's great.
I mean, she knew she was going to lay up and get the 3. That was her game plan all along.
Yeah.
So
Oh my gosh,
nice.
that's awesome.
Let's see it back. There's so much Annie on this.
And doesn't even jump it.
Just
Just a little
little
step.
throw. Come on.
Wow.
Nice.
Yes, dude. I wonder if she's the only person that made the drop zone putt.
I know.
That is sweet. I know. I heard a cheer, but I was like, I didn't know what was happening.
Yeah, it was a really cool moment.
That's awesome. Wow.
That was a
I thought
wobbly
that
duck.
was a layup.
I was so
Hey,
nervous.
Way to like dissect that hole though. You know? Although you could probably throw a mid and get there. No, Valerie.
Yeah, see, and I'm throwing, like when I go for it, I'm throwing a supreme trespass.
Yeah. You should, yeah.
And because when I practiced it, I was landing like 60 feet short
No,
in the water.
that's
Yes.
all
And then
mental.
I came and practiced the next day and I got them in bounds.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
It's a mental thing.
Yeah.
Well, there was only 4 birdies, so I'm saying that. But it's that whole play's tough. Holland Hanley, Deanne Carey, Katrina Allen, and Rebecca Cox got birdie 2s. But a lot of people landing on the island, 25% of the field, just not making those putts. Hole 17. Same as last year, but very trimmed up. It looks a little bit different. I like to throw something into the trees and push that out of bounds line on the right-hand side and not even mess with the OB on the left-hand side. The closer you are to that out of bounds on the right-hand side, even if you're short in that clump of trees, you can still have a big wide open hyzer shot to get across on your second shot. Macie getting tangled up early.
Yeah, that's all like the forehand because it gets me close to that right out of bounds, but I didn't even see that branch.
Yeah, didn't even come into play. You can see Cy forcing something over there.
That needs to sit.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
going to turn out great. So a lot of people used to go up the middle here and then just throw something up the middle and then throw across on their third shot.
Yep.
But sometimes it can be even difficult to
lay up.
Yeah.
Because you want to lay up in the right spot. You don't want to
Yes.
have to
And
throw
there-
another far shot across.
And there's definitely a wrong spot to lay up. There's some
Yes.
trees that block any ability to get to the green if you throw too straight.
well, you really don't want to lay up and then lay up again.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, this tee shot is uphill with a low ceiling, so the most common mistake is to throw into the ground and land a little short.
So I'm trying to lay up here. There's a clump of trees that I'm trying to get close to. But I decided to throw it into the ground here. That was a really cool play for me. I just wanted a
love how
long shot.
Yeah, I like how you want to keep it exciting.
Yeah, I just wanted a long shot over the OB.
Kristin probably going to do the same thing. No, I'm just kidding. Nice. It's a really low ceiling shot. This is a high risk decision and executed.
Yeah, and she kept that really nice and low and had so much power. Just let it skip off the OB and then.
The OB line on the short side of the green is like in circle 2, right?
Yeah.
Almost near the edge of circle 1. So you have to get to the green all the way there. There is some room on the right side to work. You can see Macie using all of that room.
I just wanted to crush one. I was mad, and I just wanted to throw it as far and as hard as I can.
Did you went past circle 2?
Yeah.
You're there. You made it. Valerie gonna have to just lay up.
That's how you lay up right there.
It's really nice looking. This plate is the 4th most difficult hole. That's surprising to me.
I think it's like towards the end of the round, you're ready to be done. You just played a really hard hole.
Yeah,
and then you're like, oh, I have another hard hole I have to play.
Yes. Yeah, nice. Sai, again, just right around the bullseye. She's so good at that.
Yep.
Yeah, 50% of the field taking a bogey or worse.
Yeah, good shot from foul.
Macie from
Tennessee, basically.
And a really great layup.
Kristin for birdie. Nice.
Wow.
Just cans it.
This is like her 5th slow meds today.
And no fear either, because it drops off behind the basket. And I've seen a lot of rollaways in previous years. So,
man, her circle 2 putts are so dialed in. That's so fun to watch today. And what a way to bounce back after a couple short missed putts, too.
I feel like I'm at the point with her where I'm just like, I know she's going to make these.
Yeah, it's like not even surprising.
Yeah. Valerie for par, I think.
Yep, just a little low.
Yeah. It's an uphill putt, too. It slopes down right there.
And a nice birdie from Sai. Really well executed hole. Valerie struggling a little on these last 3 holes. Got to get back into the swing of things.
No.
It's crazy how you can feel fatigue, when you haven't played in a long time. Even if you take a couple weeks off and you like start to feel it on hole 16 and 17, you're like, whoa, my mental game is like lacking a little bit.
Yeah. And my mind just said no when it came out of my mouth there. But my clean streak was ended right there. So
hole 17. New hole 18 this year.
Yeah, I liked it. I like this hole. I like the previous hole from
Me too.
last year. I think it really helped with like if there's a tight finish.
Yeah.
But this hole, there's OB left, OB right. You kind of want to throw something kind of like what Sai's doing. Just go straight to the middle and then pitch up for your birdie.
Yeah, the flex line is the ideal line, but it feels a little scary.
Yes, because that OB comes in really to play on the left.
Yeah, but you look at the distance, and 417 for a par 4 is so weird.
Yeah, like people could reach that.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I think a lot of people are maybe pulling out something a little bit slower. Kristin, you can see just taking a really safe shot. I'm sure she wanted to go a little higher than that, but that's fine. Throwing something slower or just lower down in the middle, it's a very easy up and down from there. I love the sidearm.
Yeah, I was going backhand in practice, and then I told James, like, come just look at the tee pad, because he didn't walk over there, and he's like, why don't you try to go in sidearm here?
Yep, that's the play.
Yeah, I like it.
Yep, I like that a lot. The backhand flex line, it's a little tighter than you want it, and the low ceiling as well. You can see Valerie just getting somewhere up in the middle, not trying to bite off too much.
Valerie throwing a beautiful backhand approach shot.
Wow, bullseye on the elevated pin, and what a rude way to finish. Played is the easiest hole on the course, though, and that's probably due in part to a couple of eagles.
I mean, eagle in this hole is such a, not only far. Oh, whoa.
Kristin was trying to eagle it in her own way.
Terrible bounce, though.
Yeah, she'll have a long comeback putt uphill. This basket is very elevated as well. Sai just chipping up.
Doing side things.
Macie, farthest drive. Ooh, a forehand approach with this hill.
Yeah, you catch me throwing a backhand. It would have been great.
In the water. You would have been back to Tennessee.
Yep, back to Tennessee.
Yeah, 2 eagles today.
Yep.
Unbelievable. As Kristin finishes out her round with another highlight putt. Jennifer Allen and Lydia Cochran got eagled twos.
I mean, you have to flex it through that gap and just to trust that
Yeah.
is incredible.
I saw Jennifer putt, and I think she was around circle two. I don't think it was very far away. It wasn't a throw in. Lydia Cochran, I'm not sure.
Me
but
neither.
congrats on your two.
Absolutely.
Sai had a little bit left to do, so she'll have to settle for the par for Macie with the birdie to finish out the round. Nice bounce back again.
Thank you.
Valerie finishing out with some green on her scorecard as well.
This is another one where you feel like you need to birdie.
Yes, definitely. It could be an exciting finishing hole. We'll see.
Yeah, it could be.
Because
it's
you
one of
have
those
to
holes
birdie
where
it.
you feel going into it's like, I have to birdie. So you could easily mess up.
And if there's like a two-stroke swing, you could see someone even trying to eagle it because everyone can reach it.
Definitely.
Looks like our lead card tomorrow is going to be Holland Hanley, Ella Hansen, Kristin Tattar, and Missy Gannon. Love that. Can't wait to watch.
And there's a lot of people really close.
Yes. There's not a lot of scoring separation, but not because of this course. I think everyone's just shredding right now.
Yeah, everybody's so good, and you never know who's going to come out and shoot fire. Everybody in the division can come out and shoot hot any day.
Yep, and the calm conditions are making everyone play their absolute best. Everyone's putting lights out. Super excited to watch how the scores tomorrow after everyone has one competition round.
Yeah, the nerves are
experience.
kind of shaking off a little bit.
Yeah, we're back to the golf course life. We understand it, and I think we're going to see some crazy rounds tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with us. Again, give us some ideas on what we should call ourselves, because right now we're just Macie and Madison, and we can do better. We can do better.
Yeah, we can.
So I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Macie Velediaz.
See you guys tomorrow, Country Club Round 2.